Alright, so here's the deal. On November 15, 2019, the results of a character popularity poll were going to be announced on the colored page of chapter 254 of the My Hero manga. So out of the 70,000 votes that the poll received, Uraraka specifically only received about 1,100, reaching number 8 in popularity. This is vastly different from the results of the first poll that was open in chapter 52 that was released on July 27, 2015. In that poll, she only received about 600 votes out of 11,000 people that voted, reaching number 4 in popularity. So the question is, why is she losing popularity, and why are other characters taking the spotlight over her? We're going to answer those questions in this video. So Uravity, right? She's otherwise known as Ochaco Uraraka, is a student at UA High School. And as a hero in training, she's going to be struggling to maintain a calm composure while she's fighting villains, also trying to get Deku, the main protagonist, to reciprocate her feelings for her. She's incredibly empathetic, friendly to those that she meets, and she tries to help or defend anyone who's kind to her or is in need of assistance. While I was researching for this video, I saw something really interesting on the My Hero Wiki. The quote states that Ochaco can take on an extremely determined, focused, and somewhat intimidating attitude when the situation calls for it. This side of her personality can come as a surprise to those who are used to her bubbly nature, and it's going to tend to appear during competitive situations like the UA Sports Fest. You guys are going to see why that in quotes pretty important later. In addition to this, her reason for becoming hero in the first place is genuinely one of the most lackluster that I've heard in the series thus far. But the question is, what's her reason for wanting to become a hero? And that's pretty simple. She just wants her parents to live easier. That's it. Now, on paper, this seems like a very logical reason for wanting to work hard and overcome your obstacles, because you want to be able to support your parents the same way that they supported you in your life. But when your main drive when choosing a profession is money, that makes it seem less genuine. But that's not really why I don't like her, but you know, it does add to it, obviously. So next we're going to talk about her quirk, right? So basically her quirk is gravity manipulation. So this is going to give her the ability to make objects weightless or make objects float, even giving herself the ability to fly. Sounds pretty cool, right? The only problem is that if it's used too much, or if she makes herself float, she's going to get nauseous and throw up. Now, this seems like the type of work that you would usually use for like a rescue mission. Like if people are trapped under rubble or debris or a building or something like that, then she would use her quirk to be able to lift things out of the way for people to get to safety. But that's not what she uses it for, right? Basically, what she's going to end up using her quirk for is combat more often. And maybe that's because she wants to be like Deku or be strong, but from a logical standpoint, that's not what she's made to do. That's not what her quirk is made for. Now, every fight that she's been in has been a struggle for her because she keeps trying to do the impossible with the application of her quirk. The biggest example of this is going to be her fight with Bakugo. All she did in that fight was struggle against him. And you could say that it was her plan the whole time to drop rocks on him, but the fact that she thought this would actually distract him enough for her to make him float actually baffles me. Now we're going to run through some of her battles and see which ones that she's based off of her abilities alone. So in the Battle Trial arc, the only reason that she won is because she had worked together with Deku. Unfortunately, I have to give her kudos for using her ability in an actually intellectual way, and using the flooring under her as projectiles against Ida. In the USJ incident, she was able to temporarily incapacitate Kurogiri while working together with her classmates from Class 1A. And then during the first final exam, she had pulled that muscle memory combat maneuver literally from out of nowhere, securing the victory against 13. But only after losing her cool when Aoyama had asked her if she actually liked Deku. Then, in the Forest Training Camp arc, her and Tsuyu had gotten thrashed by Himiko. I mean, I guess you can also make an argument against, me saying something like that with that trump card, the combat maneuver that she learned from Gunhead. But, you really... Whatever. We're gonna get back to that later. During the Shie Hasakai raid, she's gonna be fighting alongside Ryukyu to help fight off the villains that are escaping Chisaki's combat. So, do you see a pattern? Uraraka is really only able to succeed when she's aided by those around her. If she's fighting by herself, she's pretty useless. Now, at the time of this video, the most recent chapter of the manga has been chapter 276. So, for those of you who are also keeping up with the manga, can you truly say that Ochaco is a different character? Can you really say that she's improved as a main character? That she's made her powers grow in a way that she can hang out with the big boys? No, and that's my biggest problem with her. She stayed the same character that she was in her appearance in chapter 3. You can attempt to make an argument that she's been trained in gunhead martial arts, which could somehow aid in her character progression, but at the end of the day, she's the character that likes the main character, and I can't really see her becoming anything more.